Let us see how exactly this flow looks like. Okay, so as I said, will be a one entry point, and all traffic will be routed to here. And before the ingress, there is a load balancer, and this is the only one external IP. And here ingress it updates the rules. Okay, if that has a route the request to the respective service, then that will automatically routes the respective traffic to that particular service. Okay, and we just now understood what exactly is ingress. Now let us deep dive into how exactly the ingress routes, sorry, ingress request flows. Okay, so ingress routes a request or a request flows in ingress. Okay, this is the simple flow diagram in the right hand side. Let us see what exactly is happening just to correlate. Okay, first thing was user make you a request. Let's say we have a browser that visits example.com/API/users. Okay, initially they are making a a request to the browser, and then that will hit to the ingress controller. So here ingress controller basically there is a concept of load balancer that forwards to the like controller, ingress controller. Okay, so between the ingress and the user request there is a ingress controller. Okay, and once it reaches to the ingress controller, that will checks the routing rules. So it basically reads the ingress YAML file whether the path is mentioned or something. If it is path, then it will check by the path example.com/API, right? Now it will route to the API service. So this is where exactly ingress where exactly it was happening. Then the request goes to the API service. Here it forwards the matching service, request to the matching service. Here we have received a service, and to this service we have received a request. And once it was done, service routes to the respective pods. So here pods will be handled the request and returns a response to the users. So however it came, in the same way it backs to the user to give a response back. Okay. Now let us see some key features of Kubernetes Ingress. So first thing was path-based routing. Basically, it routes the request by URL path. So there is a one domain and different paths go to the different services based upon the URL path after the domain. So this is the domain, and whatever the URL path is the /API/web. So this is the path-based routing. If it is /API, then the request goes to the API service. And one more feature was host based routing. So different subdomains or a different host names that routes to a completely different services within the cluster. So we have a host name like this api.example.com, then the service will, the request goes to the API service. app.example.com, that will go to the web service. And another feature was TLS and SSL termination. So it handles the HTTPS at the ingress layer. Backend service can stay plain HTTP. Ingress will decrypts for them. So here is how HTTP ingress and ingress decrypts to the HTTP. Okay, and HTTPS will be decrypted to the HTTP, and that goes to the that request goes to the pods. And here certificate managed in one place. There is no multiple certifications management is required. The one more feature was centralized management also. That means all traffic in one place. So that is going to define all of your routing rules in one single YAML file. It is easy to review, easy to update, and easy to uh, version control also. So one ingress YAML rule that defines everything. Okay, and now let us deep dive into the futures, mainly path-based routing and host-based routing. How exactly that works and what exactly that means. So first thing was we will be discussing on path-based routing. So here there is a same domain and different path. Okay, domain will be the same, but underlying path is different. So domain is example.com. So there are multiple services, multiple apps uh, based on URL path. Okay, this particular domain is going to serve multiple application based upon the URL path. That's what. And here Ingress will matches the pod prefix. That means that checks if the request starts with /API/web/auth like that. Okay, and then it is going to forwards to the matching service. So path prefix will determines which backend service receives the traffic. Then it uses the, I mean, the users can see one clean URL, so that all hides behind it, let's say example.com. So the microservices will stay very transparent to the users. And here is how exactly the Ingress YAML rules looks like. The path routing slash API. Okay. And then that will goes to the API service. If the path is slash web, then that will go to the backend. That should go to the backend web service slash authentication. That goes to the auth service. And here is how exactly path-based routing works. So user specifying path after the domain. Then if it is API slash users, then that will goes to the API service, and that this service will takes the request to the respective API pod. Okay, likewise other paths also. Okay, all go through one ingress only. This particular ingress. Okay, I mean one ingress to the respective domains and subpaths or serves multiple services within that. Now let us understand host-based routing. So here it is different subdomain. I mean, it provides a different subdomains and different for different applications. The example was api.example.com and app.example.com are two different applications. So here Ingress will reach the host header. Each and every HTTP request will carries a host header, and Ingress is going to matches it to its rules, associated rule binding. Okay, and preferred for multiple tenant systems. That means each team has their own subdomain, so each is going to route it to their own service, and that can combine with path routing also. So this is the combination of host as well as path api.com api.example.com slash v1. Okay, and likewise here also. Okay, and this is the ingress YAML host routing rule. Okay, hyphen host api.example.com. That means this request to go to the API service. Likewise app.example.com, it goes to the web service. Domain admin.example.com, it goes to the admin service. Here is the simple understanding or simple diagrammatic representation of host based routing. This is the request and it goes to the API service. If it is app.example.com, it goes to the web app. And Ingress will check the host and associated header also. All DNS points to one IP address. Ingress is going to handles the split also. Okay. And now let us see a quick comparison with respect to Ingress and load balancer. So load balancer is something, it is a one service and one, I mean, for each and every service one load balancer should be there, and Ingress is something one entry for all the services irrespective of the count. And let us see quick comparison how exactly it was with respect to the exposure part. So a load balancer exposes one service per load balancer. Coming to the Ingress, it routes to many services, and load balancer will gets its own external IP address, and Ingress controller, it has only one external IP address for all, and the cost is based upon the services. Here, it is obviously in Ingress case, it is much cheaper, and especially at scale, it is much cheaper. And there is no host as well as path-based routing in load balancer service, but in Ingress, there is a host as well as path-based routing also. And in load balancer, there should be a one SSL per load balancer separately, but in Ingress, there should be a single SSL certificate that serves for entire all services. And here is how exactly a quick comparison. For let's say if we have a three application, three load balancers should be there, cost also likewise. In Ingress case, one Ingress for all the applications. Okay. Now let us have a quick recap what exactly we have discussed. We just discussed what exactly is a Ingress and load balancers, how exactly the path-based routing, host-based routing, some advantages of Ingress, one entry point, SSL termination, cost-effective, centralized rules, Okay. Key takeaways out of this discussion was Ingress will provide a one IP address for all your applications, and also it provides a host as well as path-based routing, and also it provides a TLS as well as SSL in one place. And one thing was it needs a Ingress controller, and it is cheaper than the multiple load balancers, managing multiple load balancers. In the upcoming video, we'll be seeing a Ingress controller, and that's it for this particular video. I hope so you found some useful information out of this particular discussion, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and all the best for your learning.